Welcome back to Edgework, part of the Hammer Betting Network, presented by FanDuel. I'm Zack Phillips, joined here today by Alex Moretto and Matt Alber to break down the full slate of games on the Frozen Frenzy for the NHL here today. 16 games, I believe it is, all 32 teams playing in the NHL here tonight. So we'll break down each of those rapid fire, go through the games, give out an anytime goal scorer parlay, but actually not just one. We'll give out two of them for two different sections of the night. So when the first one's over and we've won that one, we can take those and then put it back into the second one for later on in the second half of the night. But before we can get into any of that, the Frozen Frenzy specials listed up over at FanDuel. I do want to remind you that the NHL is back and FanDuel is bringing you more action than ever because everyone knows hockey just hits different. Load up a power play with the hottest same-game parlays found on the Parlay Hub. Lace them up and follow your bets with player prop tracking or bet on the fly with the Pulse. The hunt for the cup starts here. You can get more from the NHL with FanDuel, North America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can kick off the season with $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just place any $5 bet and you'll get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Disclaimer, please play responsibly. You must be 19 plus, physically located in Ontario. Gambling problem, call 1-866-531-2600. That's 1-866-531-2600 or visit connectsontario.ca. Boys, I don't even want to waste any time here. How are we feeling about the Frozen Frenzy tonight?
I'm low-key very fired up. Seems a little weird. Like I'm not an NBA guy, but it seems a little weird as why they do it on opening night of the NBA season. The league.
I mean, that's the NHL.
Can't stay out of their own way. But yeah, I'm pretty fired up for this. I'm not gonna lie. We have an 11 o'clock game tonight in men's league, and I couldn't be happier that it's a late game. Of all the days, like those are the worst games to have, but of all the days to have a late game, this is it.
Yeah. You get to sit on your couch, watch all the games go through, and then like once you're kind of done with the ones that you would normally be kind of done with and maybe getting ready for bed and just catching some of the other late ones, now you're out the door to go play hockey yourself. It's kind of the perfect way to go through it.
Fired up from these early games too. Hopefully fired up. Hopefully. Unless we're like 0-6 and the Habs Blues. And I might just actually go to bed.
Yeah, you're not going to be at hockey.
Yeah.
Alber, what's the thoughts today? We got 16 games. Are we going to be a little gun shy today or what? Are we going to finally start firing? Oh, he's muted.
Oh, what a start.
What a start. Way to go.
Frenzied. He's frenzied out.
He got frenzied. You might want to figure that one out, Albert. You're still muted. So, still muted, guy. All right. So for people wondering, there you go. He's back.
Yeah, hit that button. Yeah, I mean, only one game matters. And Slafkovsky's so afraid of Matt Rempe that he's not even going to play today.
You know how many times he probably had to say that on mute, Moretto?
Yeah. The amount of times he probably typed it out on Twitter yesterday before he finally pressed send.
Oh,
Twice
God.
Before I realized I was muted.
Okay, so let's give a little bit of a rundown of how today's going to go. There's a lot of games, and we want to make sure we get to every one of them, whether we have a bet or not. So we're going to do a little bit more rapid fire here today. If you do have a question about the game, send it while we are on that game. I will do my best to try to get to the chat and get to it in real time so we can give you an answer before we move off. But otherwise, we're mostly just going to be pull the game up, thoughts, bets, yes, no, move, and then we'll just keep shuffling along here so that this one doesn't take 2 hours to get through. And then as well at the end, we're going to do 2 anytime goal scorer parlays. Okay, so one for any game that starts at 8 p.m. and earlier, and anything that's 8:15 and later. Those are the two ways we're going to separate this. You guys send yours in the chat. We'll pin them in there. We'll debate whether or not they go through. And then at the very end of the show, FanDuel does have up listed the Frozen Frenzy specials. If you go over to the NHL tab and you go to FanDuel, you'll see there's the Frozen Frenzy specials. We may not have any bets on this, but we'll at least take a look at the very end and see if there's anything we can give to you guys. So let's get into it here, guys. If you are in the chat, please hit that like button, subscribe here to the channel if you haven't already. Send this to your friends, whether they watch hockey or not, if they're people who bet, or even if they don't bet and they just watch hockey and they're looking for some breakdowns. This is the place to get it. Let's start in Philadelphia, where the Flyers are playing host to the Washington Capitals tonight. Philly -115, the Capitals -104, total of 5.5 here, -128 to the over on FanDuel. Moretto, go to you. Anything in this one?
Pass. No, I'm not going to be that quick with these, but I don't have anything on this game. I think the number is pretty good. I think Alber's more inclined to bet this one than I am. I would maybe have a slight lean towards the under here, but honestly, Caps are playing really good. I agree with the money the Caps took overnight. I think the line is settled at a decent spot, and here comes Alber to tell me why I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, you're
He's
gonna
not
make
on
fun of
mute.
me for not firing. We'll come on the first game of the day, and I'm not muted anymore. Flyers. I did play the Flyers. What was that price over at FanDuel, Zach?
1 sec. We got minus 115.
Yeah, I think minus 115 is right around the cutoff, but I'm good to play Philly. I think they are probably right around even with Washington. I know I'm a little higher than the market is on Philly. I thought this would be closer to minus 125, so minus 115. Yeah, I'm good to lock this in.
There we go. First bet of the day. First game, 6 p.m. Flyers Eastern time, by the way. Flyers Capitals, and we are going Flyers money line minus 115. Alber, I looked to see if I could do you better. Not really. That's pretty much kind of where we're at on this
Market's
one
pretty
for
painted,
most of the market. So
Yeah, I played minus
115.
111, so very close anyway.
Okay, 115. Good for you, pass posting. Let's keep going here. Wilds Panthers, Minnesota on the road here. Minnesota plus 122, Panthers minus 146, 5.5 yet again, and minus 130 to the over. We see a lot of 5.5s here on FanDuel. I don't know if that's just me pulling these up and maybe
No, they do.
looking into it too much, but a lot of 5.5s, minus 130 on the over here, plus 106 to the under as of right now. I'll go back to you, Alber. Anything here?
No, I'm certainly closer to Florida, especially with Kachuk coming back, but I also am aware that I might just be wrong on Minnesota not being any good. They've played pretty well to start the year here. I
Right.
think the number's fine. No interest in the total. I'm going to pass.
Okay. Moretto, you passing on this one?
Yeah, I promise I do have a lot of bets today, but this is not one of the games that I'm betting again. It seems like most of my bets are coming a little bit later, but I am actually excited to watch this one a little bit. The Wild have been very good to start the year. They look their forward group's been fun. Like defensively, they're just as solid right now as they have been in years past, despite maybe not like the most impressive blue line right now. They've been playing really good hockey, and the Panthers obviously been playing great hockey despite not having Barkov and Tkachuk for most of the season so far. They picked up right where they left off. So I think this is actually going to be low-key one of the more fun games of the day, but market seems pretty on point here.
All right, if it's too tight and we don't see anything, then we're not going to just fire for no reason. As we go to the next one here, Tampa, New Jersey hosting minus 146, Tampa plus 122. We see a total of 6.5. It's also moving right on the screen in front of me here as I'm doing this. Minus 150, New Jersey now, plus 125, Tampa, total of 6.5, minus 120 to the over. And Alber, you just sent and told us that Jake Allen is going in this one.
Yeah, it looks like he might be. They're having an optional. He's in the starters net. I was originally looking to play an under if we got Markstrom and Vasilevsky. Jake Allen would change that for me. Also, I don't think we really know that it's Vasilevsky yet. I think we all tend to believe it is. If it's Vasilevsky and Allen and this number hangs there, I'd grab Tampa, but I don't know if it will, and I don't want to bet on it and have it be Johansson. So I'm right now passing, but I will be looking for Tampa like 125 and up if it's Vasi and Allen.
Okay. Moretto, anything here?
Yeah, you need to obviously know who's starting. Jake Allen's actually
Yeah.
been better than Markstrom to start the year, though. And I think I'm actually very high on Allen as a backup. He's like, when he played, again, I've talked about this before. We bet on the under when he got the shutout the other day, that like Monday, a couple weeks ago as well. When he plays every like 7 days or whatever it is, he's really, really effective and really good. That's like the sweet spot for him. So I don't think it changes all that much if Allen's in net here, but obviously the Vasilevsky, the Johansson difference is massive. That being said, but Vasilevsky sewered me last night, so maybe it's not that big. I don't know. That was an under game that finished with 7 goals. That one hurt.
Yeah, tough. Okay, nothing there as of right now. If anything happens here and you guys see anything, feel free, let me know. We can jump back to these at any time. Keep moving. Buffalo plus 122, the Stars minus 146, over 5.5 minus 138 on FanDuel right now. Moretto, any involvement? Is this just like this is a banned team and a team that you have disowned as of this season? What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I know everyone in the chat probably like, please don't take Buffalo. Please don't take Buffalo. I'm not taking Buffalo. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting involved there. I do agree that they took a little bit of money, and I do agree with that. I do have a play with this on this game though, and it is the over. I played over 6 at plus money. I think there's still plus money there's plus money widely available still. When the Sabres play teams that can score, they give up a lot. Defensively, they've had some really good games, but those are against some low-scoring teams. Like Columbus, Florida, without Barkov to Chuck. Dallas has obviously no issues creating offense or finishing. They're giving up a ton, though. They're allowing close to like 3 expected goals per game at 5-on-5, which is very high. And that's going to happen when you have the drop-off that they have on the blue line. Obviously, after Heiskanen, Harley, and Lindell, it gets pretty rough pretty quickly. Goaltending has masked that, and I will say this is somewhat of a scarier, goaltending matchup for sure. 2 good goalies in this game, but I think this is going to be played as a pretty high event game. I think there'll be a lot of chances at both ends. And yeah, I think don't think we should be getting plus money on this over 6.
Over 6 plus 100. That's where I'm finding this one across. Lock
Perfect.
that in under Moretto. Alber, anything to add here? Any other bets you've got?
No, I'm not overly interested in the total. I think that he was dead on that the Sabres money is probably the right side. I'm not interested in getting involved in that. I think the numbers are fine. I'm going to lay off here.
Okay, staying off there. We finished with Dallas, Buffalo. Now we go to the Rangers, Canadiens. We've rapid fired every other game. This one might take 35 minutes to get through. Let's go with Moretto first. What are your thoughts on this one? Where are we at? Minus 225 for the Rangers, plus 180 for the Habs, and plus 110 to the over 6.5 right now on FanDuel.
I won't turn this into a shit posting segment. The Rangers have been unreal to start the year. Looked like one of the best teams in NHL, right where they left off last season. Fully deserving of this price tag right now. Hard to back anything in this game though right now, not knowing what's going to happen with Slafkovsky, what's going to happen with Caden Gooley. Is he back? The Habs just have a lot of injury concerns. Like, is Matheson going to play for sure? Is Lafreniere going to play? I don't really know what's going on here in this game with all these injuries. It's kind of tough. Like, Slav left right before morning skate started. He was on the ice for a while, left right before morning skate started. He was a game time decision against the Islanders, ended up playing, got a couple points. Now, this is an optional skate this morning. So, like, the fact that he left before morning skate started maybe isn't as telling. A lot of guys aren't out there right now, but Gooley's also not out there. So, I don't know. I would lean towards an under here, especially if Slav doesn't play. But, like, without Gooley, it's kind of tough. Montemon Shesterkin, though, is a great goaltending matchup. So, like, definitely a strong lean towards the under. But I just kind of want to see what's happening here first. I love you, Jordan.
Alber, what do you got?
I know Oh yeah, I mean, we definitely need to get that clip of how good the Rangers are. That's going to get used.
They're a good team.
They're in a lot of spots for a while to come. No, I know we were talking about the under a little bit offline. I'm not interested in it. Like, I'm certainly not laying the Rangers minus 225 here, but like, I'm not trying to back Montreal here, especially not knowing about Slafkovsky and Gooley. I do feel pretty safe in saying that Lafreniere is going to play, even though he missed practice yesterday. Like, they pretty clearly had a placeholder there instead of like putting Brodzinski or someone on that second line that might actually play there. Like, if he's out, Matt Rempe's not playing on the second line, and that's what they had there in practice. So I do think he ends up playing. I'm just not interested.
Okay. Nothing there. Let's keep going then. Toronto on the road in Columbus. The Leafs minus 240. The Blue Jackets plus 195. Total of 6.5 minus 115 to the over on this one. Albert, back to you. Anything here for the 7:30 game?
No, sound like a broken record. I have no desire to get involved in the Leafs as a big favorite. I don't know how you could lay the Leafs here. Like, if anything, this is a flat spot that they just don't play well, and Columbus beats them. So it's Columbus or nothing on the side for me. I think Moretto has a play here, so I'll let him go, but I'm just not interested in the total either.
All right, Moretto.
Yeah. I do have an under here, under 6.5. There is some plus money available. The minus 105s I think are okay too. But yeah, I talked about it yesterday. Look, it is what it is. The Leafs games somehow keep going over right now. While they very much shouldn't be. Like, they're not generating a ton of offense. Vasilevsky was horrible the other night. David Riddick was terrible in the game that we had that other under in. Like, these games are going over and they really should not be going over. Columbus is maybe the team that's going to stop this, not because they have the goaltending, because Tarasov is obviously not great, but he's been okay to start the year. But they are literally generating nothing. Like, they're offensively, they have been as bad as it gets. Their underlying numbers are the worst in the league by a decent margin. Defensively, they've been pretty solid. This is very much one of those like business trips for the Leafs. Just played last night at home. Get in, get out. Don't blow your load in Columbus. So everything kind of works towards under here. Hopefully, if it is Joseph Woll, hopefully we don't get like a rusty Joseph Woll first game back. That's the only thing that kind of scares me a little bit. But yeah, I think Columbus is still being priced as a high flying over team like they were last season, but that's very much been not the case this year. So give me an under here.
Under 6.5, minus 105. We'll lock that one in here, as Moretto. There is plus money out there. I'm just not going to be able to give that one to you because it is not. It's at some of the books, but I'm seeing a lot more minus 105s here in the bet stamp right now. So minus 105, under 6.5 for Moretto on this one. And we keep moving on the games here tonight. Coming up next, we have the Red Wings Islanders game. Alber's enemy in the Detroit Red Wings. Currently seeing Detroit in plus 128, the Islanders minus 154, plus 106, over 6.5. Back to you, Moretto. What do you got?
This basically has not moved since the openers, and I kind of can see why. Like, I would lean towards an over, but I don't know that Detroit can generate enough. Even though they do have the scoring, I don't know if they can actually generate enough offense to trouble Sorokin and this Islanders defense. Isles' offense has been really good to start the year. Detroit's basically like a point night team at this point. You're like, you play Detroit, you're like, hey, let's kind of name our score. So you think that the Isles should be able to continue to have their way offensively here, but I don't know whether Detroit can do enough to combat it. And I mean, you're kind of, maybe the price is a little bit cheap on the Isles, but I'm not like dying to get involved in it either. So I lean Isles and over, but I didn't actually bet anything. I probably won't.
Alber, you just jumped into action there.
So yeah, just come back to something else really quick. Slafkovsky's out. He's out for a week. So now I'm very much not interested in kind of anything there. Maybe he was interested
His shoulder.
in
He's got
Montreal
a shoulder injury.
if he was in. Yeah. So that's definitely out. As far as the Isles game goes, like I agree with that. I've bet on some Red Wings overs to start the year, and I feel like I might be wrong. Like, I feel fortunate to have catched that one last week against the Rangers when it was at 6 goals halfway through the game or something, and like we had to struggle for a meaningless goal with 2 minutes left or whatever. I don't know if I want to do that again. I'm probably going to ease off on it right now. Side for me is Isles or nothing. Like, I just think the Red Wings are trash. I have nothing here.
Okay, I'll hold off on that one. Just a reminder, as we approach the second half of the games here tonight, final game in the first half, the Winnipeg Jets, St. Louis Blues game. Couple things. First of all, if you haven't already liked the stream, please do so. Less than half the people viewing have hit the like button, so hit the like, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. If you haven't checked out some of the other content on the Hammer Betting Network here today, Circle Back released this morning, 8 a.m., the third episode of that, talking about Simon Hunter versus Rob, Chernoff and TikTok and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you have to tune in to Circle Back over on Circles Off for that. As far as our daily pick shows go, obviously here on Edgework doing this, and then over on the board NBA, Jacob Gramenya and Pips NBA are back talking about NBA player props, sides, totals, all that kind of stuff, teeing up the games for the night. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe across all the other shows we have here on the network. We do appreciate the support. Send your goal scores in the chat there as well. Let's get to the Winnipeg.
Anytime goal, Jesus Christ.
What a nightmare. Let's get to the 8 p.m. game here. Winnipeg Jets, St. Louis Blues. Winnipeg minus 156. The Blues plus 130, 5.5 minus 120 to the over here. Yet again, Moretto, thoughts on this game, and I can't wait to hear you two go head to head on the Blues.
Yeah, no. The Blues suck. We all know this. I don't know. We don't need no double best bets on the Blues anymore on the show to just sewer our ROI. I do have a play in this game though. It is not on the side. This is and I want to make sure the mark is actually still here because it was running a bit earlier. But okay, I played under 6 minus 119. There's 6 minus 125s or plus money 5s available that are both somewhat widely available. I'm fine with either of those. Our very sharp leaning show sponsor FanDuel is at 5.5 minus 102. I think that's a much more fair price. Clearly, they know what they're doing over there. I think elsewhere, if you shop around here, you can get some better numbers, and that's what I would do. So, yeah, Zach, if you want to lock in, I'm fine with locking in either a 5.5 plus money or a 6 minus 125. You can see what you think is more widely available. But the Blues struggle to create. They're not generating any offense right now, despite what maybe some of their scores have indicated. Jets coming off these like crazy games against Pittsburgh and San Jose, but the Pens are basically playing pond hockey right now. San Jose can't keep the puck out of their net. The underlying metrics were not as impressive for Winnipeg in that Sharks game. So, yeah, I think we're getting a little bit of an inflated price. We should get a very, very good goaltending matchup. Obviously, Comrie went on Sunday, so I'm confident in expecting Hellebuck versus Binnington here, and don't think the Blues are going to create much. Winnipeg hasn't actually been creating all that much, so I think this will be a tense, more low-scoring game, and I really like getting either the plus money 5.5s or the juice 6s here.
5.5 plus 100. Good?
Perfect. Yeah.
All right. Moretto locked in on that one. Alber, you like a side in this one? You sicko.
If it continues to go, I have not played it yet. I think it did go a little bit earlier this morning. If we get the Blues up to 140, I'm gonna take it. I just think at that point it's getting a little too far. As far as the total, I agree on the under. I haven't played it. I may. If the Blues get to 140 and there's no weird lineup news, I'm gonna play it as much as I really don't want to.
Okay. So there you go. There's an idea of what'll go on for the remainder of the day for Alber and how he'll be looking at this one. But we'll keep moving here into the second half of the games as we are flying through all of these here. 8 games down, 8 games to go. Vancouver, Chicago. The Blackhawks currently plus 146 at home. Vancouver minus 176. 5.5 minus 130 to the over, plus 106 to the under. Moretto, back to you here again. Anything in this one?
No, definitely lean a little bit towards Chicago. They actually have been playing really good. This is kind of like, do you want to ride the wave with the Blackhawks right now? But I think that overall, like the Canucks are still a very good team, and they're maybe just being not necessarily undervalued because I think that they're definitely, you're paying a bit of a premium to get on them right now, given, the goaltending situation and whatnot. But it's just not quite a good enough number on Chicago. And while this is maybe a team that I want to sort of ride while they're hot to start the year, the Canucks aren't the team I want to do it against. So I'll maybe pick my spots a little bit differently. This isn't one of them for me.
Okay. Any involvement for you here, Alber?
No, I agree completely. Blackhawks are nothing. Numbers not quite enough. If Vancouver takes some money and we start getting like a plus 170 or something, that's a different story. But I think it's widely like 150, 155. Nah, I'm going to pass.
Okay. Colorado, Seattle here. Colorado minus 122. The Kraken plus 102. Minus 105. Over 6.5 right now. What do you got for us here, Alber?
So I think we got, first of all, do we know if Devon Taves is in? I don't think we know yet, right? So that to me right there is we got to wait. I definitely lean slightly towards the Kraken. I definitely lean towards the over. Colorado just can't get a save still. I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up on something here, but I don't have anything yet.
Okay. Moretto?
Georgiev and Noonan have actually been playing a little bit better. There's signs of life there now. Noonan had a really good game against San Jose. Well, I mean, Noonan was really good against San Jose. I don't think, obviously, like the track record, it's a very small sample size. The track record will it will get better. This will start to correct itself. Georgiev has been a lot better in his last 2 starts against Boston and Anaheim too. So I do have a bet on the Avs in this game. It has run a little bit, but I'm still cool with it. That's fine. Like, we're basically at the cusp now. So like, get in now. I would say they've been playing without Taves for a while, so it is what it is. We still know what team they are without Devin Taves, and they have been absolutely dominating teams with or without him. They still are playing really, really good hockey. I wouldn't expect Taves to be back tonight anyways, so I'm betting this, not anticipating him playing. Like, they're playing really good hockey at both ends of the ice. Seattle's overall numbers are okay, but they're massively boosted by 2 very, 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 very good games where they had like some like crazy like 70% expected goal share against a bad St. Louis team and a Nashville team that literally can't get out of their own way right now. So other than that, the numbers are really ugly. The Avs continue to dominate teams, and now their goaltending is starting to come back to, baseline a little bit, which is what you'd expect. So yeah, I think we're getting a little bit of a discount right now on this Avs team, and I am happy to jump in at this number.
Avs minus 122. I'm just double checking here for you, but that's going to be also best price like that we can get here on the market as for right now, at least according to Betstamp. So Avs minus 122 money line here against the Kraken tonight. We'll lock that one in under Moretto, and Moretto, as promised, has come out firing here today. So there you go. Bunch of bets locked in here. We'll recap everything at the very end for those of you wondering what plays we did give out, what plays we're going with, and then what our goal scorer stuff is here tonight. But we've got to go to the 8:45 game right now, and that would be Boston-Nashville. Bruins plus 105, the Preds minus 126. 5.5 total here yet again. Alber, you got anything for us in this one?
I really wanted to. I was looking last night and I saw like Nashville minus 111, and I was like, yeah, I'd play that. At this point, it's run a little bit. I'm looking for a reason to bet Nashville here, but like I'm seeing minus 120, minus 125. Like, that's too far for me. Definitely closer to Nashville. If someone plays Boston that comes back, I will, but no, not here.
Moretto?
Yep, I got a bet. I'll keep firing. Let's do this all day. I got the under in this game. Yeah, what's the sorry, I should have checked. I was just actually
we got 5.5 plus 112 to the under on FanDuel.
No,
right
there's sixes minus 110 that are like painted across the market. I think FanDuel's the only kind of 5.5 here. I would much rather the 6 minus 110 here, get that little bit of insurance. It's like a tad scary betting on Preds under right now, just because they literally haven't been able to get a save or keep the puck out of their net. But like, the numbers say that that's not going to continue. I mean, obviously we know Saros is much better than he's shown so far. Like, he was battling a little bit of an injury. Maybe the slow start is, kind of explainable. They're not like necessarily giving up a ton either. There's just their save percentage has to come up. And I know that their shooting percentage has to rise a little bit too, but like, I think the offense will take more time to get going than the defense and goaltending, just because of all the new faces there. And on the other side of things, Bruins games are just like a complete slog right now. Like, they're not scoring goals, and they're not giving up anything. Their blue line is so good, and their goaltending situation so good, that I think they're more than content playing these super low event games and just, biding their time, get past a chance on the power play or something like that. I think they're going to continue with these, and under 6, I think is I think that this should be 5.5 like FanDuel has, but juiced, not necessarily juiced to the under, but slightly more of a pick up in that sense. So I think we're getting a bit of a discount here because of how Nashville's played so far.
All right, there we go. Another bet locked in here. We just continue to fire on this full slate. Again, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button right now. We do appreciate it. Appreciate all the support, people watching. Let's go to Carolina, Edmonton here next. As we see right now over on FanDuel, Carolina plus 112, the Oilers minus 132, total of 6.5 plus money to the over. Alber, anything in this one?
Stop me if you've heard this before. I think the number's right. Nothing.
Guy's gonna have one bet in 16 games. It's incredible.
Moretto, anything?
No, I do agree with Albert here. I do think the numbers pretty good for this one. Canes have taken a little bit of money. Like, I do want overall, these are two teams I really want to be on going forward. Like, I think that we're still a little bit low on both of them in market. Canes are still really good, and there seems to be this sentiment out there that they are not the same Canes team, where they're like they've gotten this much worse. Like, I don't think they have. I think they're still really good. I do want to back them. I know they lost to St. Louis the other night. I thought we'd get a nice chance to get back on them after that, but I didn't realize they were playing Edmonton in their next game. So yeah, this isn't the spot to do it. If they lose again here, hopefully we get a decent price in their next one.
Okay. Nothing from you. We keep moving then. Chat, pretty good. Low event is Alber's middle name. Peter saying no event. Alber. It's all good. It's all good. We'll keep it going here. We're not going to force plays if we don't have them, and haven't had them there. So keep it going. Sens Utah right now on FanDuel. Ottawa plus 100. Utah minus 120. Total of 6.5 minus 110 to either side on FanDuel. Albert?
This is a game I am going to end up with a play on. There's just too much roster news we're still waiting on. I don't think we know who's starting in net for either team. Ottawa's got a couple of guys that are kind of closer to game time decisions or morning skate decisions. I'm certainly leaning towards the over here. I'm not there on Ullmark. Like, I think he's still kind of being priced in like his Vezina Trophy winning self. I just don't think that's what he is right now. Certainly not behind that Ottawa defense. On the other side, Utah, I'm definitely kind of looking for a reason to play overs there. I'm also pretty close to playing Utah, although that one has started to run a little bit. I just got to see how the roster news shakes out, but I think it's very likely that I end up on either Utah or the over here.
Okay. Moretto?
Yeah, I mean, this is like a rare occasion where I think we got maybe a head-to-head, because I like the under in this game a decent amount. And I do think that Ullmark, again, it's Albert said there's some questionable roster things, and there is. I do think Ullmark's going to play. It sounds very, very much like Ullmark is going to play. And no David Perron, he's away from the team for personal reasons. The under has ticked a little bit now since the start of the show, but like, I do like it. Albert, we can either go head to head on this if you want, or I'll just lock it in for maybe just a half unit right now, just because there is still some uncertainty.
I'm down to go head to head.
All right, let's just do a head to head.
Okay. All right. Head to head on this one. We'll add it to the sheet for the future sheet. But as of right now, so no bet officially going into bet stamp in this one, but head to head for our sheet and see how this one plays out.
I think I didn't actually give it. The reasoning behind that too is the Sens are playing actually like super low event games right now, and they're basically just leaning on a low event games at 5-on-5, I should say, because their power play has gone scorched earth, and they are I think they lead the league in power play percentage right now. That's gonna come down. Like, there's regression that's gonna hit that at one point, and the way they're playing off 5-on-5. I think that their scores are going to plummet too. So, yeah.
Okay. There you go. Reasoning behind that one for those of you in the chat. Penguins Flames up next. Flames minus 115. Penguins minus 104. Total of 6.5 minus 112 to the over here. Moretto, anything for you in this one?
Sorry, I was just looking at that market. Dude, which one are we on here? Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh, yeah. Calgary. Yeah, the market got I really wanted to bet the Kings, and now that number's gone. So what are you going to do? If you have any slow movers out there and you can still get like a 125 or 120, then do it. But I think that's pretty much done. Anyways, Pittsburgh, Calgary. Pittsburgh's a really, really interesting case right now, because I feel like we're at a point where maybe they've quit on Sully. Like, you can see it in Sid's body language, even and the stuff he's doing on the ice. Like, it looks like they are a broken, defeated team right now. He's like changing on the back check, losing his shit on the bench. I don't know. It's a pretty rough state of affairs in Pittsburgh right now. I don't see how you can back this team at any point. They're also just completely playing pond hockey. Like, I've never seen anyone mail it in as hard as Erik Karlsson is mailing it in right now. It is insane watching that guy play hockey. He looks like I'm going to look at my 11 o'clock beer league game tonight. Like, not a hard stride, couple drinks before the game. It's rough. So I would strongly, like, I'm good to, honestly, I'll play a half. I'm going to split up a full unit on side and total here and go with half unit over 6.5, half unit on the Flames. Because the Flames are playing well, and they're playing for their coach, and they are playing like with this like us against the world mentality, and it's translated to some really good numbers and some really good performances so far. And honestly, I think Pittsburgh is kind of a dead team right now. Like, I think this might get a lot worse before it gets better. So yeah, I kind of want to strike while the iron's hot.
As I go to lock this in officially, any resistance on this, Alber? Like, any reason that I shouldn't lock it in and it would go as a head-to-head or anything?
No resistance. I'm also on the over. He summed it up very well. I'm down to just keep playing overs on the Penguins pond hockey team right now. Double best bet.
Okay, double best bet. Should we bump this from half unit to full if this is double, or what's the deal here?
Yeah, let's track this as a full.
Sure, I'll do it. 1.5 units on a Pens game in 2024. What could go wrong?
Yeah, why not us?
1.5.
Okay, sorry, I'm doing this in real time here. So while I'm doing that, we've got Flames money line half unit, Moretto -115 that we lock in. So that is our half unit on that. And then as we go to the over in this game as well, we're going to take the over 6.5 -110. I can get in this one full unit double best bet over 6.5 for the boys on this one, and that would be Moretto and Alber locked in on that. So we'll track that in there. As of next week, I think what we'll do is we'll start to recap and see where we're at with everyone's bets as a whole as well. So we can show you guys the analysis tool that you can get in BetStamp and how we break these out from tags and who's got what and what games and how they're doing and all that kind of stuff. Keep moving here, gentlemen. Let's now go to the Anaheim-San Jose game. Just an exhilarating one out there. Between those two teams, we've got San Jose +136, the Ducks -164, total of 5.5 on FanDuel, -130 to the over. Alber, back to you. Got anything for us in this one?
So I like the over here. We talked about this on a couple of shows before. I think both of these teams are much more of kind of over teams than they were last year, and I don't think the market has really caught up to it yet. Especially with the Ducks. Like, that game obviously against the Kings the other night, like, they didn't generate a whole lot, but the Sharks can't stop anybody from like just piling up offense against them right now. But they're also creating some. So I think you're looking at 5.5 -130. Like, I actually like the 6 at plus money better. Like, I'm going to play that over 6 plus money. I don't think the market is caught up yet to the fact that both of these teams can actually generate some offense this year.
So over, let's see what we can do. What number are you looking for in this one, Albert?
Can you get me a 6 plus 100? That looks pretty widely available.
Yeah, that's very widely available.
I'd rather play that than the -130, 5.5.
Yep, I'm good with that. 6 plus 100. Locked in for Alber here. Moretto, anything to add to this game?
No, I agree. I didn't bet it, but that would be the only way I could bet it. I'm a little I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about the fact that San Jose's offense has fallen off a cliff, and I don't even know if they can take advantage of the fact that the Ducks are giving up a shit ton right now. So that's the only thing that kind of is keeping me off of it. But I definitely agree that over is probably the right side here.
Okay, there you go. I cannot believe we have made it this far as well. If you haven't already, send your goal scores in the chat as we have our final game of the night of the frenzy. So send your goal scores so we can get to those next. Let's do this here. LA Kings, Vegas Golden Knights. LA +108, Vegas -130. Total of 5.5, -122 to the over. Last game, gentlemen. Do we have any bets in the final game of the day? Moretto, start with you.
I love this one. I really, really like the Kings. There were some really good numbers out there this morning. I think they got faked up a little bit too, just so that they could get absolutely nuked. Like 5 minutes before we were able to talk about this game where I was going to give out a Kings bet, I literally cannot give it out now. Like, you just markets like 105, 108, 110. Like, yeah, I can't in good faith give that out as much as I wanted to get on the Kings here. Unfortunately, we missed the boat. That's just how timing works. If it does get played back, keep it in mind. I am on the Kings, but Yeah, at these numbers, no. The Kings are honestly playing. We talked about it a little bit yesterday when we talked with futures, but I think the Kings are still playing really good hockey right now, and I love that forward group. I love what the team's doing without Doughty still. Vegas still looks pretty underwhelming, and I know Alber was on fade Vegas train to start the season. I definitely was not, but honestly, they look more like a team I want to fade right now than a team I want to bet. They are they're just not playing good hockey, and they're getting they're losing the kind of expected goal battle on a nightly basis, and they're sort of relying on scoring on a very few chances that they create. I think the Kings can definitely take advantage of that right now. And I think now the way the market is settled is much closer to where this game should be priced than where it was earlier when the Kings were like plus 130 and you were having to lay like minus 150, minus 160 on Vegas. That's insane. You cannot do that against this Kings team with this Vegas team right now.
Albert, anything to add here in this one? Obviously, we can't get that bet that Moretto was looking for ahead of time. We saw a move, but anything for you?
Yeah, I wasn't interested in it anyway. I mean, like he touched on, Vegas hasn't been good. Vegas hasn't been good against a depleted Colorado, the Blues, the Ducks, the Caps, the Lightning, and a depleted Panthers team. Like it's not like they've even played a murderous row of teams, and they haven't been very good. That said, if anything, I was a little closer to Vegas here, but I was never really interested. Like even these minus 115 that was seen after the move weren't enough. Like I was probably going to need minus 110 to get on Vegas, but I'm not interested here, no.
Okay. That's it for the games. How do we want to do this here, guys? I'm probably going to need some help from you guys as well. I have 14 goal scorers starred on the side.
That's not that. I thought there would be a lot more. That's not too bad.
I thought we were going to have like 30.
Yeah, I was worried as well. Let's see. Okay. We obviously have to do 2. So we're going to do the ones in the earlier slate. You guys are just going to have to remind me as we go and we'll try to put this all together from chat.
Yeah, I'll keep track of these.
Times.
I got a thing open here. I'll start filling them out as we go for sure. So let's
start at the top.
Let's do it.
Jordan says Matthew Tkachuk plus 200. So this
is early slate.
I know. I'm trying to find if this is price still available on this one. Florida, Minnesota.
Plus 200, yeah. Best price of
plus
market.
200.
First game back.
I do kind of like that.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. Tkachuk. First unlocked in for the early one. Let's go next. Hal L. How about Nick Paul goal? LOL. I think that might have kind of just been a joke, but
I think
if this was soccer, that would have been a Simon Benoit own goal. Is what it would have gone down as yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good call. That was a good call.
It was a good call. Okay, so no, let's keep moving. Charles, let's buy the top with red hot Tom Wilson or Kucherov. Don't know what Wilson would be, but
Wilson's plus 290 here, which is best in market. He is absolutely red hot, but like I don't mind the Caps tonight, but I know Alber's on the Flyers, so I'm sure he'll want to veto that one.
Yeah, so I don't want Tom Wilson there, no.
Okay, the other option there was Cole I'm reading the next thing in the chat.
You love yourself some Cole Caulfield, my friend.
I'm already saying
the next thing in the chat was Nikita Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov. I just went Ron Burgundy on that. Kucherov, plus 130.
Kucherov, plus 130. Yeah, I can get on board with that.
Alber, any opposition?
Yeah, if anything, I'd probably prefer Point. It's slightly better, but Kucherov's fine.
Okay, let's throw it in, and then if we want to change anything after, we can change stuff as well. Remember, so Tkachuk and Kucherov, first 2 in. This is why I did this, but RW fan, the right wing fan, Caulfield Hattie incoming. Not adding Caulfield hat trick to our goal scorer parlay, that would just
we want to actually win.
Nightmare for us. But as well in the early slate here, goal for Cole Caulfield's plus 170.
No, same reason. We want to actually win.
Seems like we have some chat consensus. I'm just saying.
How's Caulfield scoring when Igor shuts him out?
We had Igor shutout then. I didn't think so. Okay. I don't know. We don't have to add Caulfield. That's definitely he's losing a
I
line
don't
tonight.
hate it.
Slavkovsky. I think Slavkovsky has
Yeah.
assisted like 5 of Caulfield's 6 goals. That's one thing I will say.
Okay.
Slav's been in on almost every single one of them.
Okay, so let's pass on that, but we can come back to it. I'm gonna skip that one for now because next one is in the second slate, so I'll save it. But we'll go to Brock Nelson, plus 175. Islanders. Red
Yeah,
Wings,
I'm definitely down for that one.
150.
150.
Yeah,
Oof, man, FanDuel's really got a good number on that one. There,
150?
FanDuel's 150. Rest of the market's more like 175, all the way to 190. That's tough because I really do like that one, but maybe tough to throw it in here.
Bet players, not numbers.
Bet players, not numbers. You're not wrong.
Thanks, GRP.
Let's go.
Who else can we add from? We need to add an Isles player, man. I think the Isles are going to score a ton.
Well, let's just pull up and look at what we got here on FanDuel. We got Nelson 150, Horvat 170, Barzal 190, Palmieri 190, Anders Lee 200.
I'm down for Horvat, if you guys are.
Yeah, no opposition for me on that. I'm good with Horvat plus 170.
Yeah,
Albert?
Charles says Horvat in the chat too. Horvat's been buzzing. I know me and our resident Isles expert Leboff have been betting some Horvat stuff recently. So
Yeah.
and he's coming close. So I'm down for some Horvat.
Okay, I'm trying to just make sure I don't grab anything.
A lot of East Coast bias in this chat. All our suggestions are for these early games. A lot of East Coast bias.
What time is Ottawa, Utah at? It is.
That's the late game. That's the late slate.
Okay, so skip that. Let's go. Wait, where is he playing? Where's Bjorkstrand right now? Seattle, no?
Yep.
Okay, so skip. Mike, that's late game as yeah, that's late game as well. Late game. Fuck. Come on, guys. Someone help us out here. Tuck, anytime goal.
Yeah. I'm down. I got the
more
over there. Sabres been taking some money.
Plus
I'm good with it.
250.
Yeah, not like the greatest price compared to market, but like not terrible either. So I'm down for Tuck. Let's do it.
Alber, any opposition? I'm good with this one.
No, I'm good with that. What is that for?
That's 4 for early slate. That's a final one. We're gonna cap it at 4. Okay, I'm down.
Well, do we want to cap it at 4 or do we want to add in any others?
Well, I don't know. What does the chat want to do? You guys, chat wants to round robin 4, round robin 5. What are we thinking here?
It's Mike Sicko Castelik plus 700.
Oh.
That's in the later games, anyways. But I'm just looking through what else was sent. Like quickly here, obviously, but like Bedard, Manson, Keller, Bjorkstrand, DeBrus, Kadri, Vetrano, Castelik. Those are all late games. Yeah, so we could circle back to Caulfield's, like those ones, but yeah. Okay, so here's where we're at for parlay number 1. We're gonna take a look over at FanDuel. $10 to win 650. Hey, I'm in. I like this. We got Matthew Tkachuk, Nikita Kucherov, Bo Horvat, and Alex Tuck. Those are the 4.
Has not been going well. I've been doing the same thing, Charles. I've been round robining all these.
So have I. So we're getting absolutely rinsed on these. Okay, so there you go. We'll go 4. Tkachuk, Kucherov, Horvat, Tuck. That's the first one. Okay, let's go now and do our second one. So we're going to go and start. I don't know. Also, I don't know if anybody else has sent anything new. I'm just double checking chats. Sorry, guys. No. Okay, there you go. Let's go with Jordan. Connor Bedard, plus 230. Damn, the only issue is now I have to scroll to the bottom half of these every single time now. Okay, there you go. Bedard, plus 230.
Sure.
All right, Bedard's in. Next, Josh Manson, anytime goal.
No. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Pass.
Here's the issue with that. If he scores,
he's gonna score.
Tomorrow's going to be hell in the chat.
11 to
know.
1. You can get 25 to 1 elsewhere if you want.
I hear Moretto's booking 50 to 1.
No, I'm not. Definitely not. I don't book. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't book equal. You paid me.
Yeah, no. Okay, next. Clayton Keller, anytime. Brandon sending, plus 155. We have, what are we at on this one? Keller, goal.
I just don't. That's not the Utah guy I would rather play, but if that's what chat wants, we can go with it.
I'm on an
I'd
under
prefer
there, so
I'd prefer Gunther. I'd prefer Gunther plus 170 personally.
Okay, so pass on this
one
one.
nothing final in the shootout.
Just kill me now.
Let's go to Seattle, Colorado, and we're getting Bjorkstrand. Bjorkstrand is currently on FanDuel at
3:30.
second part of this 3:30.
Do we have a lot of suggestions for the late games, or are we cutting it like close? Do we have?
We've only got one locked in here so far, and I also have. These are the other options. Okay, let me just read them out.
I do like
Kadri, Vetrano, Kastelik. Those are the ones being sent in the chat. Middlestat as well. Well, Middlestat and Besser also just got added in here. So we have a couple other options. Bjorkstrand, DeBrusk, Kadri, Vetrano. I'm going to veto Kastelik myself. Besser, Middlestat. Charles saying Vetrano new dad bump.
If he's playing.
I like Bjorkstrand.
If he's playing. You like Bjorkstrand? Okay. Bjorkstrand in.
I'm on the Avs, but I'm not anticipating a shutout, so.
Bjorkstrand plus 330 in. DeBrusk plus. Oh wait, we already did Vancouver, Chicago. Should have just kind of remembered that myself. So that's gonna be out. And Kadri plus 165.
I'm down for that.
Yeah,
I'm definitely down for that. That's actually right. I didn't even look that way. That's a really good.
I'm literally at the point of like hearing a name. I'm at the point now today of hearing a name and going, who is this team playing against again? Oh yeah.
I know. My brain is just scrambled eggs right now.
No, but I mean the rate Penguins are allowing goals, I think that's a good show.
Okay, yeah. Kadri in. This one is going to be hard to ignore because we just got it double suggested. We are also on the over in this game, so it might tend to lend to your guys liking it, but Toffoli plus 200, Jordan says, and then followed up instantly by Matty D. Toffoli if we need one in that game.
We have to that now.
I think we've got to go to that. So let's go San Jose.
Because if we don't, he's scoring. So, and that's also FanDuel, like by far best price in market with the plus 200 there. Can't find better than like plus 170 pretty much elsewhere. Well, actually, that's not true, but still best. It is best price in market.
So as of right now, this one is the long of the two. This one is 10. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Sorry. $10 on this wins you 1,139. Bedard, Bjorkstrand, Kadri, Toffoli. Another four-legger. I think that's good. We got 8.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm in.
What's the over-under for how many guys score from these 8? 3.5? 3.5 would get juiced to the under.
Yeah.
Heavily juiced to the under.
Yeah. I'll take the over. We're going 8 for 8, so.
Yeah, I agree.
We're going to become billionaires tonight. Why not us?
Why not us?
That's how betting parlays works.
Yeah. Why not us? Every time I go on Twitter, I see these goobers winning these parlays, so why not
Absolute goobers.
I mean, we're goobers too. We can hit one.
Yeah, all right. Okay, first one. Yeah, reminder. First parlay, Kachuk, Kucherov, Horvat, Alex Tuck. That is $10 wins you 642. And the second one is Bedard, Bjorkstrand, Kadri, Toffoli. $10 wins you 1,139. Those are our parlays. As for our best bets for tonight's games, go up to the BetStamp app in the Find Better section as Edgework HQ. You find all of our picks in there. Here is what we have tonight. Rapid fire to get out of here quickly before the 1 hour mark. Pretty impressive there, guys. 16 games, and we're going to get it all in. Flyers money line, -115, full unit. Stars, Sabres, over 6, +100. Full unit. Leafs, Blue Jackets, under 6.5, -105. Winnipeg, St. Louis, under 5.5, +100. Avs money line, -122. Bruins, Predators, under 6, -110. The Penguins, Flames, over 6.5, -110. Flames money line, half unit, -115. And finally, Ducks, Sharks, over 6, +101. Wow.
Hey, Zach, real quick, because it just got hit a few minutes ago. Can we lock in Utah right now as well? It just came way back towards them. So I'm good locking that one in too.
Yes, we can.
I think you can probably. I mean, I don't know what FanDuel's got. Like, you can pretty widely available find a -110 right now.
Okay, right now on FanDuel, I'm seeing a -114. Let me just go back to BetStamp app. Make me do all this work because we're trying to get out of here, Albert. Jesus. -110. Good?
Yeah, good.
-110. In. Final bet. Last thing I'm going to ask you is before we get out of here, I know that we did just run through everything. Have you guys taken a look at the Frozen Frenzy specials at all over on FanDuel?
Yeah. I've been looking a little bit here as we've been going. And is there even more up now? I honestly love a little
like they put
stab
up
at
play goals and stuff like that.
15-1 and 16-1. Ottawa, Utah, Toronto, Columbus as the lowest scoring games. Don't mind either of those.
Lowest scoring, highest scoring game, lowest scoring game. There we go. So
and then highest scoring game. It's been hit a bit, I guess, since, but
Ottawa, Utah,
Penguins, Flames definitely worth a.
You guys going head to head on this total, and Moretto being like 15-1 lowest score.
Well, I just think it's like well within the range of like that's like potentially a high variance game where Ingram and Ulmar could both be very good. And you know the way the Sens have been creating this and that, like I think that's like it's within the range of outcomes for that to be like a nice 2-1 sort of overtime game.
Regardless, hilarious.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Alber, have you taken a look at anything you're liking here on this?
Yeah, I don't hate. Let me pull this back up real quick. Isles to be the highest scoring, I think, is 21-1. Like the Red Wings are just allowing everyone to have point night. Like it wouldn't surprise me if this ended up being like a 6-2 Isles win. Like that's probably not enough. You probably need 7, I think, to win this. But like the Red Wings are very capable of allowing 7. As far as lowest scoring, like I do like the Bruins Predators, like that to me kind of has that, but that's up near the top anyway. So I think just that Isles high scoring one for me.
I would consensus that. I think that's a good look.
Do we want to lock any of these in as like a best bet for the day to actually track?
You want to lock it in for like a 1/10 of a unit or something stupid? Just
which one is that? Sorry,
the Isles. The highest scoring.
Okay.
Plus
yeah. So Isles highest scoring plus 2100. We will lock in on the sheet. I don't know how I'm gonna do this on BetStamp. It won't be verified either. So we'll try to figure that out. But then add it and we'll lock it in. Consensus on that as well. All right. That's it for today's best bets for today's show. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. Appreciate you as always. Hit that like button. Subscribe here to the channel. What's the deal tomorrow, guys? What do we got for games?
One game, sick one game, and So Money's not around. Alber's not around. Me and you, Zach. Just me and you, buddy.
Yeah. SGP this thing.
We're going to be in and out in 5 minutes.
Redo, anything for today's game? No. Okay, thanks for watching.
When we end up down 12 units tomorrow, we'll know why.
Well, there won't be a show then.
Yeah.
What if we have a bad night? There might not be a show tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it.
No, there won't.
All right. That's it for today's show.
Rain or shine.
We'll be here tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Myself, Moretto, breaking down the game.
game.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
The game.
The game makes it sound a heck of a lot better than a Flyers Caps rematch.
Oh god. All right.
Is that the
Thank you
game
for
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a Flyers Caps rematch.
Home and home.
Yeah. Beer League game
All right.
recap. Yeah,
It'd
that's
be-
it.
Yeah.
SGP special. Maybe we get Ecolt on to build an SGP.
Do it, you
Maybe
coward.
we can bet on my golf round or something. I don't know.
Oh god, live stream from Alber from the course.
Live stream from the
Boy.
golf course.
No, that's not happening. All right. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time for more picks and previews. If you like the show, hit that like button, subscribe here to the channel. Check us out on podcasts, wherever you find those. Lots of games today, tonight, whatever time zone you're in. Guess depends on that. Appreciate you as always. Enjoy the games tonight. Good luck on your bets.